Welcome to the Family First Retirement Podcast with George Politarhos. For more information, visit betrayowealth.com. Now, let's get to the show.
George, would you say that income is the most important conversation that you have with adults into and through retirement?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Worrying about how we're going to pay our bills. I'm retired. How am I going to have my money come in so I can keep living?
Mm-hmm.
Income has to be number one on that list of concerns for retirees, and about making sure the money doesn't stop going forward.
You know, we say it every week here on Family First Retirement. Income is the outcome that matters the most in retirement. And George, there was a study by Abernathy Daily that looked at over 58,000 401k plans. Now, they found that many of these plans are guilty of underperformance or excessive fees. It's just the importance of getting a 401k analysis to help you find these hidden fees, to find out, is my 401k underperforming? How often do you find that?
Mark, we look at this often with people because they're retiring, and it's the main instrument they have for the retirement.
Mm-hmm.
They've been saving in this and putting in, 3, 4, 5, 20% of their salary into this 401k because it's a great instrument, or at least they thought it was, because the only option most of them had available. What we do, Mark, here at Betray Wealth is we'll sit there and pull it apart and show you the hidden costs, what the actual charge that you're having with your 401k. Because the reason a 401k works really well, and a 401k is just like a thrift savings plan for if you're a federal employee, a 403b, a 457. They're all the same classification, and they're great because they're easy. It's simple. It's kind of like what do you call that? You punch and play, you put it in, forget about it.
Set it and forget it?
Set and forget it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mark. Because it's something that you start, you don't have to worry about, you leave it there. And a lot of times you leave it there, and it does so well because it's simple, comes right out of your pay.
Sure.
But it gives you limited investment options. Most plans may give you 5 or 10 choices to invest in, maybe 15. Is that a lot in the world? No. When you work with a financial advisor like myself and my team here at Betray Wealth, we're going to open up opportunities for you between having some safe money and having more aggressive funds, because you need a balance, right? You can't just sit all with the money underneath the mattress, folks. Unfortunately, we know the moths are going to eat away at it first.
Mm-hmm.
But having that balanced approach is what makes it so attractive. 401k works really well, but when you hit that magical number, which for most 401ks, TSPs, and so forth, is 59.5. Because at 59.5, what can you do? You can do an in-service withdrawal and move these funds out to be more aggressive, more conservative, more choices, more options, and better returns for retirement. Give us a call at 302-330-2166, and let's look and see what you have, what it's doing for you. Is it doing as well as it should be, or as you think it is? Because a lot of times you think something, right?
Yep.
Oh, everyone says how great the 401k is. It must be true. But let's pull back the curtain like the Wizard of Oz and see what the other options available are.
Betrayawealth.com, P-A-T-R-I-A wealth.com. From the homepage, you can schedule that initial conversation. Again, it's a 401k analysis, no cost, no obligation, from the team at the Betray Wealth Group. You mentioned that in-service withdrawal. How many people didn't even realize at the age of 59.5 that that's an option?
Amazing number. How huge? Because I'm still working.
Mm-hmm.
I had to leave it there, they think. 9 times out of 10, we have that right to move it out. And there's different options for every company. So I don't want to think it's a broad brush.
Yeah.
Some people at 59.5 can do multiple withdrawals. So I can take money at 59.5 and then 5 years later take money again and move it out. Some it's a one-time only until you retire. And we'll help you understand how your plan is going to work for you and the options available. Because remember, Mark, when you work with myself and my team here at Betray Wealth, our job is to educate, inform, and enlighten you on the opportunities for retirement.
Again, that number, 302-330-2166. I was guilty of it, George, when I got like my first big boy job with the 401k. I didn't know what I was doing. I just kind of clicked the button and said, all right, sounds good to me. Not until I really took a deep dive to understand, whoa, this is not good for me in my state.
And so many people sit there and they forget what they put in.
Yeah.
Think about this. As a new employee, most people we say work about 90,000 hours during their working career.
Yeah.
So you go work at XYZ company, and someone that doesn't know anything about what your goals are, what your dreams are, what your desires are, what your family structure is, tells you, I use this and I'm all in X within the 401k. Great. You put it in there that first day. Because most of us on our first day of work signed a bunch of papers,
Yep.
like you're signing away a mortgage or your life. We don't remember what the heck we signed up for. But all of a sudden, 10 years later, do you think your dreams, your wants, your desires have changed in those 10 years?
I hope so.
I hope so. Shouldn't your 401k allocations change with them? Maybe you're more aggressive now. Maybe you're less aggressive. Maybe you're more diversified. Whatever. Maybe you open up a Roth within your 401k that you didn't realize that you had an opportunity to do. That's what makes it so important to sit there and to get that look into what you have. Let's see what they are doing is right for you. And I love 401k, folks. If you have it and you're not taking advantage of it, you're an idiot. All right? Let's call a spade a spade. If they match something, you got to do it. Why would you not take free money from the employer?
Amen.
Come on. Jump up and take advantage of it. Can I say something else, Mark, about this?
Buddy, it's your show.
I think what I've always found interesting is people think of 401k and they think it's their money. It's not your money today. This is your money for tomorrow, for retirement. Please don't borrow against your 401k. There are situations, God forbid, we have to. I get it. Put it there, and it's not yours. You see the math go up. You see the income go up. You see the investments go in, but it's not your money until you're ready to start using it for retirement and investing it for your future.
Amen.
Don't use it to take money out to go on vacation. Guess what? Don't go on vacation. All right? If we can't afford it, don't do it.
Maybe go
Let's
somewhere
stay
cheaper.
home and have a... Exactly.
Yeah.
Give me a call, 302-330-2166. Let's see what's the best way to move forward.
302-330-2166. We have a representative standing by right now. And look, speaking of vacation, you want to try to save a little money, George has a very nice guest bedroom. You can go take the family there, hang out at George's house for a week. He'll cook you breakfast.
You can share your spot with Capone, Piper, and Winnie. They'll love guests coming over.
The Politarhos B&B. Let me tell you something. It is one of the best in the state. PetraiaWealth.com. P-A-T-R-I-A Wealth.com. 302-330-2166. And George, what do? We say, I'll get to it next week. Or George, you know what? I like what you have to say, but let me get through this week. I'm pretty busy, and let me get through the kids back in school and college and the grandkids, and I'll call you this fall. Or let me get through the first of the year. Then I'll call. Procrastination can cause more damage to a retirement plan than just about anything else. And George, there is actually an official name for people who are chronically late or procrastinate. They're called time optimists. They underestimate how long something will take and overestimate how much time they have available.
Leslie, I drive Leslie crazy. I know that already. My wife's a saint. We're going somewhere. I'm like, it's right down the road, Les. It's 5 minutes away.
Right.
2 hours later, we're still driving to get there. So I'm kind of, in that regard, travel problem is there. But yeah, the procrastination, I just don't get it. And I think, Mark, what happens is a lot of times people do it because they know something's not right. They know it's not going to be what they thought it was going to be.
So it's going to be an uncomfortable conversation.
It's going to the principal's office. Yeah. Remember when you were younger, you got sent to the principal's office when you did something wrong?
No, I didn't. I was a good kid.
Okay, whatever. I see the horns coming out of your head now. So if I don't go, he can't tell me you didn't do something right.
Right.
Or he can't smack your hand per se, and say, why'd you do this? It's not going to happen. We're all adults. It is what it is. It may not be as happy as you thought, but you did something. Let's work on it together. Biggest solution is not to make the same mistakes again. We're all human beings. The last perfect person died over 2,000 years ago for our sins. So we made mistakes. Let's take the step forward. Let's see what it looks like. I don't know about you. I'd rather go head into this and know what we're going to do and make corrections today so that in my case, so Leslie doesn't have to worry about it tomorrow. So we got to step up and look at and stop being ashamed of what we did. I've made mistakes. Mark, I know you have made mistakes, but we face our problems. We face mistakes and move forward. Being a procrastinator, thinking tomorrow is going to come, it's really funny. Tomorrow never comes, it seems.
See that sign at the bar that says free beer tomorrow? Well, I keep going back every day, and I've yet to get that free beer.
It's still tomorrow.
Still tomorrow.
What the heck? But it's that problem where you just keep thinking, if I don't address it, I'll get to it eventually. It's summertime now. Oh my gosh, people on vacation. Oh my gosh, soccer season for my kids or football season for my kids or cheerleading for my kids starts in September. I got to wait till the football season, soccer, cheerleading season's over. Oh my gosh, it's November. Thanksgiving's coming. Who has time to talk now? I got to worry about eating too much turkey. Christmas, New Year's. We'll take care of it the first of the year. We did a show once on how long the average person at the New Year's resolution sticks around to. I want to say it's the 10th of January, was it? Or 11th of January?
It's like 2 weeks into the new year.
Yeah. Where the New Year's resolutions goes away. Guess what? Let's talk about retirement. I'll wait till summer's over. I'll wait till after Thanksgiving. I'll wait till after Christmas. Guess what? January 10th or January 14th is your forget about it day, and you forgot about it for another year. That's what we're doing here. We're pushing it off and pushing it off. And guess what? Like Mark said, for the beers free tomorrow, tomorrow never comes.
That's right.
Pick up the phone. Give us a call. Let's talk about it. Let me help you get through this. Give me a call, 302-330-2166. You know what's really interesting I found, Mark, is that once you get pushed through the threshold, so to speak, the problem's not as big as you think.
Right. Well, we overthink it.
I'll help you get through the threshold. 302-330-2166.
George, how often do you talk to somebody who keeps putting it off? Procrastinate. They finally make the phone call. They finally pull the trigger. They come to see you. They sit down. They meet Ernie. They meet Achilles. They meet Jared. They meet Angie. They meet the team. And then they say, George, I really wish I would have called you a year ago. I've been listening to you on the radio. I've been seeing your social media. I've seen you on TV. Why did I not call you 2 years ago?
The number's staggering, Mark, because all of a sudden they're like, I didn't want to do it because I thought it was going to be bad. That's the biggest reason they do it. But it's funny. You hear us every Saturday and Sunday on the radio. We talk every weekend. We're in your car, in your house.
And the podcast,
And you're
Family
going
First
to do
Retirement
it.
Podcast.
That's right.
On the homepage of betrayalwealth.com. Sorry, cheap plug.
But you finally get off your derriere, so to speak, and dial the phone. And even if you dial the phone just to save the number, you need to do it because there's going to come that minute when you say, when is enough enough? And then we do the math, we do the work, and we look at what you have. And guess what? You're not as bad as you thought you were. I think the best part of my job is seeing the people's faces and the family members' faces change and the emotion come out that's not as bad as they thought.
Right.
And that we're going to be able to do it. To me, that's the most rewarding part of my profession, my business.
I'm hearing you talk about when people finally come in and sit down and talk to you. Again, 302-330-2166. And I feel like we're kind of playing therapist here because I'm getting inside of the heads of the families that you serve. When someone comes and takes advantage of that initial no cost, no obligation consultation, you start working with them. What is the biggest reason that you find that it took them so long to call? Is it they're worried about financial mistakes they've made in the past? They think they don't have enough saved for retirement. Maybe they want to hear more from you. They need to get to know you, like you, trust you a little bit more, George. Or maybe is it somebody that already has a big box firm and they don't want to feel like they're doing something wrong by getting a second opinion?
I think it's a combination of all of the above. When I have that second opinion, I think it's imperative you have a second opinion because you've been with the big box firm now going on whatever, 10, 15, 20 years. They forget who you are.
Yeah.
What your wants are. You're probably on to your third advisor by this point because they keep pushing you down the line as somebody else. They forget the connection, but you kind of think, well, they have everything right there. How am I going to go for it if I don't have them? They give me the best deal possible. Do they really? If they don't know about you and your spouse, your kids, your grandkids, they don't understand how you want to go for what your dreams are, not what their dreams are. Because the big box firms have this great idea that they put you into a grouping. And you're 55 to 60. Great, you belong in this plan. They send you down the assembly line. You're not a box. You're not just like your neighbor. You're not just like your brother. You're not just like your cousin 3 times removed that's a dental hygienist.
Right.
You are special. And special being how much you saved, what your wants are, what your dreams are, what your age is, when retirement is, what you want to leave behind for your kids, a legacy plan. That's all different than anyone else. You by yourself, you and your spouse have what you want to do, and doesn't mean it's the same as what George wants to do,
right,
or Mark wants to do. But we're going to build your plan to do what you want to do. We're going to help you replace your income to the best of our ability and what you have saved to make sure you get to live the life you want to keep living and do the things you want to do because you want to start traveling the world, or you want to go see the kids more that have moved away, or you want to work in the yard gardening more. Whatever it is, we're going to build the plan accordingly. We're going to do the legacy planning. And Mark, when I say legacy, I have to make sure we understand what we're talking about legacy. Legacy, for a lot of people, they think it means passing on to my children, my grandchildren, me and my church, synagogue, charities. And it could mean that. But I think the biggest thing about legacy planning, what I look at when we talk, I think it's for those married couples or couples that are together. And when I meet with couples, we ask about retirement. And one of them always says he knows or she has all the information. How about this? Passwords. He has, she has it. One of you always are the quarterback in that relationship. How about the legacy of when that quarterback goes down? Other part of this relationship has to know the plan. Most of them don't, Mark. Do you know that? You and I have spoken, Mark. Your wife handles everything.
She's a CFO.
She's a CFO. If something goes down to Gretchen, what happens to you?
I'm lost.
You're going to pull your hair out of your head. You have no hair to pull, but you're going to be lost, right?
Yep.
I don't want that. So that legacy planning we talk about is really to get you guys on the same page. One can still know all the passwords. One can still know where all the money is. One can still do all the managing of the funds. But you're going to be a hell of a second string quarterback, ready to step up if something happens to him or her and be able to go in. That's the true legacy planning. And then we go forward from there. But that's what it's about. Getting the gray out of your retirement and making it black and white. Call me at 302-330-2166 or go to Patria Wealth, Patria Wealth.com, and let's start that process. Because you know what? You've known about it. You've been told about it. You have no excuse for having not taken care of it. 302-330-2166.
Insurance and annuities offered through George A. Politarhos, Delaware Insurance License Number 1373121. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Read your contract for restrictions, limitations, or penalties.